Okay, hey, we're talking about our trout stream again back here. Another thing that we need to look at as we're surveying it is, what does the bottom of the stream look like? All right. If it's a really muddy stream, that's evidence of there's been a lot of erosion and sediment in there. It takes away a lot of natural spawning ground, not just for the trout, but also for the insects that want to live there too. What we're looking for is we're looking for a mix and a lot of kind of a gravelly bottom or a sandy bottom. If you look at our stream down here in Arches, it has a really nice, I'm going to say a big word, mosaic here of different substrates down there. We have some nice foliage, almost a mossy feel to it with some of the greens growing in there. But then it's very sandy. I was just in there. My feet are not muddy in my water shoes here. I can feel there's sand and kind of some fine grit. And then it also has the gravel that goes with it. All right, we can see that gravel along the bank. That's all great. That's where the trout are going to naturally spawn. I don't know if trout naturally spawns in this stream or not, but that's the goal of conservation, is to build the streams up so that trout can naturally spawn and it's a self-sustaining ecosystem. All right, hey, we see another factor of a really healthy trout stream here. You're gonna look at it and say, well, that's just a log, Mr. Clark. That's not, what's that doing? It's more important than you think to have structures like this in a stream. Think about things like large woody debris. It's hard to see on film here, but if you notice the movement of the water on the surface, it hits the tree and is altered, and it causes a backflow, and it takes some of the energy out of that water. That's actually a lot more important than you think. One, it creates a lot of little different habitats inside there, not just for fish, but for invertebrates as well. And it takes a lot of energy out of that flow. Think about this stream after a rain, when it's really intense. This big chunk of wood is going to take a lot of that energy and out of the water as it moves downstream. What does that do? Well, that means when it goes down and takes that bend and it hits earth, it's going to have less energy and it's going to erode the banks less. All right, without natural pieces of debris in there, that water with full speed is just going to hit that corner and it's going to carve out the earth on that side. That adds more sediment into the stream, taking away from that gravelly bottom. It hurts that stream bank, and in general, it's not a natural part of the system. If you look at a lot of farm streams or streams that are just surrounded by farmlands, they don't have these nice chunks of woody debris, because if you're a farmer, you want that water to move off your land as quick as possible. Well, now those streams, after years of rains and flooding, those streams are starting to erode the banks of the river out to a tremendous account. You'll see some washout banks, some of those banks that are up 5 feet high of just bare earth from all the erosion that's taken place. And that's all topsoil. That's one of the most valuable things in the Midwest that flows downstream and it ends up in the ocean somewhere. Okay, so large woody debris, other chunks like that, healthy for the stream as we go. This wraps up our trout stream segment that we've been talking through. Hey, we've spent a lot of time on because they're a really important ecosystem, especially to us here in the driftless area and in southeast Minnesota. It really is a canary in the coal mine, so to speak, as in, if you have healthy natural spawning trout, that means your ecosystem in general is very healthy and strong, not a lot of pollution. And so these are really important areas to take care of. Yes, they provide a recreational benefit of trout fishing, of enjoying nature here, but they have a huge ecological impact, having these nice floodplains and shallow banks and riffles and streams. We look at all those things, guys, are, like I said, it makes it a really important ecosystem, and one that I really think we need to get closer to as individuals.